Good morning, Mrs. Shield. How are you, Mom?
Very well, thank you. And you?
Well, I'm holding on in there.
Yeah? Who is this?
Youth, compliments of the season to your mom.
Yes, this is youth or country boy?
Well, if you want to call it that.
No, me have somebody else named country boy, so me no want to mix you up.
Okay.
So this is youth.
Huh?
This is youth.
Yes.
Good to have you.
Okay, Miss Shield.
Yes, I haven't heard country boy in a little while. Country boy is in I think he's in Hugh Graham's constituency. And I haven't heard Sean Reid in a little while from Westmoreland, so I don't know what is going on. But youth, good to have you.
Yes, I want to talk to you about our police officers.
Yes.
But in the history of this country, ma'am, this commissioner of 1,484 people died since the year violently.
Mm-hmm.
But it looked like this commissioner, even when he's a member of the army, he never come to the constabulary force with something in his hand. It looked like he come to the table bare-handed.
Really?
Yes, in that the strategy what he's talking about is more people dying.
What strategy is he talking about?
The strategy what he's talking about is not working.
Really?
No, it's not working. More people dying.
No, more people are dying because people killing too much.
Well,
people, what do you think the commissioner? Tell me what else you think the commissioner can do. What else you think the police force can do, youth, to stop what is happening in the country? Walk it through with me. What else you think can be done?
All right, listen me now.
Mm-hmm.
The police, our police officers, they are not properly paid and equipped to go out there.
That have nothing to do with the commissioner.
But listen, I go into it. Ms. Shield.
Yes.
The commissioner.
Yeah.
What they take from outside of the police force. Some police officers in the police force for 30, 40, 20 odd years. And you take somebody from outside to turn the commissioner. It's a big insult.
Oh, no. Hang on a second. Write down what you're going to want to say to me in support of your argument about the commissioner. Let me go to a break and come back. Yes, youth. Back with you.
Yes, Mr. Shield. It's a big insult to know that these policemen, some of them get shot, stone, chop, all kind of thing, and then cannot go further than deputy commissioner.
What do you mean further than deputy commissioner? That's not true.
Yeah,
that's not true. How many? No. Owen Ellington?
No, listen. I'm speaking.
No, but
now.
you can't say that. You say in the history of the JCF.
No,
the JCF was formed. No, you cannot. No, you cannot do that because this force has had several commissioners of police. As far as I recall. No, hold on a second, youth. As far as I recall, only 2 commissioners, and I'd be happy to be corrected if I'm wrong, because I may very well be. Only 2 have come from outside. Rear Admiral Hardley Lewin, who was Chief of Defense Staff, and after he left, you had JCF people interposed. You had Lucius Thomas, you had Owen Ellington. Before that, you had Francis Forbes, you had George Coelho, you had Colonel Macmillan. Colonel Macmillan came from the JDF. 3 I can think of who came from outside. Every other one in the recent history of the constabulary force have been people who rose through the ranks to become commissioner. And the crime problem has continued. So make another argument.
It's getting worse now, Miss Hill.
Because it's not about the commissioner.
Give back to the GF, the police. Let them pick for these people going in with qualification. Let them have. You must can find one inside there
but
to make them be the commissioner of police, Miss Hill.
If you think the problem with the crime is dependent on who the commissioner is, then I don't think you're assessing the problem correctly. I'm
assessing it, Miss Hill. Listen me.
Yes.
From where we see this thing start to go down.
From when?
After they start to bring in the commissioners, outside. And more people start to die.
Rubbish. Rubbish.
No, Michelle, no.
The crime took a turn in this country from in the 70s, such as when them bring in gun court. In the 70s, at that time, I think it was Basil Robinson, a man from inside the force. You never get any colonel. The first time in recent history that you had an army man coming in was in the 90s, early 90s, when you had Colonel Trevor Macmillan, by which time the crime problem was with us for over 20 years. So that's not where it started, so don't get it twisted. You had Francis Forbes, you had Lucius Thomas, and then you had Rear Admiral. And so the problem is not with who the commissioner is. The problem is that it's a crime-ridden society. I agree with you on the issue regarding pay, but that's not a matter for the commissioner. It's a matter that goes back to the state of the economy that I've been trying to preach to make us understand why, if we don't continue with the strong macroeconomic variables, and if we don't ensure that every finance minister we get have good sense like Dr. Nigel Clark, but it doesn't have to be Dr. Nigel Clark, if we don't ensure that there is cross-party agreement on where we need to go with the economy, then we won't be able to pay our public sector workers properly. That's one. Two, with investigative capacity.
Michelle,
go ahead.
You don't believe it's an insult to these officers' work from down there coming right up in the ranks, and then you take somebody from outside to put here.
No, I don't believe it's an insult. Do you know why?
Yes.
It's not a long service award. It's not a process where people apply. You apply, you go before the Police Service Commission, you're interviewed. So if you think you rose through the ranks and you can make the grade to graduate from a superintendent to being a commissioner of police by leapfrogging, go and make your case before the Police Service Commission so you can be shortlisted for the post. And this man went through the procedure at the time when the vacancy came up, and he was selected by the Police Service Commission.
Yes, it's selected by them, but I tell you, it is not pleasant within the police force. They're not coming out contest that, but it is not pleasant.
No, but the unpleasantries don't have anything to do with the commissioner. It has to do with the working conditions, which go back to the issues that I mentioned.
But I discussing this with many officers, know some of them.
Like, let them call me and tell me what is the problem they have with the commissioner, because I'm not hearing it from you.
You feel, but they're not doing that. No, but them fear of losing their job.
Rubbish. Rubbish. It's not like first time. You know, when I was on the radio back in the days, youth?
Yes.
When you pick up the phone and say you call a superintendent tell you them can't talk. They have to get approval from DCP so-and-so before they come on. No, every jack man a talk out of them mouth and they're afraid. So not a soul have any fear that they will be whatever.
The only man I hear with him there, what? If I'm not hearing the commissioner voice, all I hear him talking about tragedy and more people dead. The chairman of the police federation, He's talking now more
because he's representing his union. That's right. No, but that
yes,
is
but
no. What I'm saying is that is his role. He's literally representing a union, rank and file members. So he's talking about issues that affect them, and those issues that affect them to do with the conditions of work, the number of hours worked, the uniform allowance, the pay, the increasing capacity that they need. All of those matters are matters properly within his purview to lobby government for.
I agree with you, Ms. Shield.
Yes.
I agree, but this commissioner is not all talking. The strategy, what he comes to the table with, not working.
What is the strategy in come with that's not working?
This is something what he's talking about next year it's going to go down and the crime will be this and then coming with that. That's not working.
Let me ask you something. What do you think your role is in making...
My role?
Yes.
My role as a citizen. If I see something where I know it is not in line with the Constitution or danger to any citizen, then I supposed to talk about it.
Talk about it where?
Whether talk it come to the media with it, or if there is anyone who you can talk to for, is not many of them you can talk for. Some you have few what not working with the citizen to that for. If a policeman working within an area, he's not going to know all, but he's supposed to know majority of the youth, them are panicking.
So if you see a crime, a murder being committed,
yes,
by your road, you would give a statement to the police and be prepared to go to court to go give evidence?
Miss Shield, I would put that question on hold for my life.
Oh, Jesus, have mercy.
In jeopardy.
So tell me something now.
My family.
In that situation, hold on, youth. In that situation where you're putting the question on hold, what the police commissioner could do, you think, to lessen the crime in your area? If quite a few people on your street are dead, because people are walk and murder them, and you see one of the murders and you want to put on hold whether you're going to give statement to the police and go to court to go give evidence, what the commissioner must do?
My life more important. One just picking up something there where I know I can't lose my life and my family.
So your life more important than the life of the person who's been killed?
No, he or she life.
He or she life what? Yes. Line gone. This is where you pause. And this is a pause by God in this conversation. Because this must be a conscience moment for all of us. Everybody come a call commissioner. Yeah? Everybody come a call police, now do this, police, now do that. And every single time I've asked this question and drilled down, what do you think your role is? If you were to see something, what would you do? And the thing that can cause a change in our circumstances, we have to pause on the answer. And even when we do answer, we take ourselves out of the solution because for we life more important than the next person whose life has been taken. You see how life stay? And you come here to blame the commissioner? We have to get our arguments right, youth. You need to sit down and reflect on these things. After a while, I don't think there's only so far I can beat up my gum and no more. But every single time you come up with an answer, you need to ask yourself, why? 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 Keep asking yourself why until you get to the illogic of what you're saying and you realize that sometimes you're putting the blame at the wrong avenue. Yeah? Uno want bad man to get caught. Uno want bad man to get convicted. Uno want bad man to get sentenced. How bad man when get sentenced when uno want play no part in a solution for the crime? Make them go put police undercover. Because police are not somebody pitney too. And fine, police need to do that as part of their investigative work. But I keep saying, you have a force of 11,000 strong, some of whom are desk bound, and a population of 2.8 to 3 million to police. Why on earth do the 2.8, 2.7 plus million of us want to completely throw our hands in the air and sit down and expect the 8,000 police to go undercover for our own safety and we want to do nothing? How can that be fair? If we don't think there's any more tool in the toolbox that this force is not using, you make a sad mistake. The one I keep saying that they need to do more of, and that is policy, is the use of CCTVs. And I need to reach out to Matthew Samuda to see where we are with the build out. But all when you get CCTV, I keep telling you, somebody who knows the person caught on the CCTV have must and bone and compound, have to go identify the person from the camera footage, turn up a court, go say, yes, the man that when me sip on the camera, me know him, because me grew up with him. How me know him? Him have a cut on him neck when him get from so and so, I'm sure it's him. So you do recognition sort of identification. So you cannot take yourself out of the system. Let me go to a break.